Welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today I am back with a one-page layout using the Sweet Rush collection from Vicki Boutin. I am going to be using this fun kind of wavy paper here, and I'm cutting out the yellow, the orange, and kind of the brighter blue waves to use on the layout. I have 3 photos I'm going to be documenting. They are at just a blow-up pool at my brother and sister-in-law's, and I just thought the blue worked really nice with this paper, and so I'm going to kind of run with it. I saw this idea, copied it a little bit, but took my own twist on it, I guess, from another creator. And then initially I thought that I was going to use that star background as my background paper, but realized I was going to cover up way too much of it. So I do end up changing the background paper. I am going to distress the kind of waves here and give it kind of a more grungier look, I guess. So once I got all those distressed, this is where I kind of had to decide what I was going to do then for my background. So I grabbed just a white piece of paper and decided it was just too bright, too bright white. And so instead I decided to go ahead and grab some of my Distress Oxides. I did this technique on a layout last month, but I did not kind of add water and make it into a watercolor look. I just added the strips. I will try to link that layout up above. Just did the stripes of paper, or not paper, the ink. But this one I wanted kind of a more watercolor feel, and so you can see I'm just spraying it with water and then kind of moving it around. And I also did take a paintbrush just to kind of rough up some of the edges so they weren't just so distinct. I did have to kind of be careful because those are still wet, and so I came back to it, and then I'm going to line up the distressed waves over top of the coinciding ink. Obviously the waves are a lot longer, I guess, or wider than the ink, so they do coincide but not perfectly. At this point I decided I wanted to back the layout with just have a border around it. I didn't like the way that the ink looked on the edges, and so I do end up just, I guess, I took some more off the yellow. The blue was so close to the bottom. I think I took more off the top, but still wanted it even. So I had to kind of figure that out. And then I went into my project pad and found just I say plain blue, but it is definitely distressed. I love how even the, I guess, cardstock, the plain colored papers in Vicki's project pads stick with her kind of theme of just distressed, kind of mixed media look. And so I am just going to gut that, so then I have the option of using the inside to back my photos. I don't always do that, but a lot of time, I would say more often than not, I do end up gutting the inside if I'm going to border, just to get more out of my papers. So I have these 3 photos. I'm going to line them up just like this. I did trim one down quite small, and then I really had to figure out embellishing. I struggled a little bit embellishing this one. I think I said that in another video I did last month using the same collection for a beach layout. There are some kind of beachy themed ephemera pieces in the collection, but not a lot. And at this point I have used quite a few pieces. I've used this collection a lot over the last probably year, I guess is probably how long I've had it. So I did decide to kind of commit to the photo placements. I am going to double back the smaller photo, and I think maybe even pop that up on some foam tape. Possibly. I do use the inside of that blue paper to back this smaller photo. You can see I'm just using my other trimmer just to get a cleaner edge because I wanted so little of that white to show. I like that trimmer instead. That's a We Are Memory Keepers trimmer. Otherwise, I use the Cricut paper trimmer here. So once that's there, I'm going to commit to that, commit to the Good Vibes for my title. And I guess I did not pop that up on foam tape. I think it probably looks like it because my paper is warped from the mixed media and adding water to it. So instead, I'm going to pop up the Good Vibes title to add some dimension. And now I really had to figure out kind of my clusters. I knew I wanted that visual triangle. I am going to commit to that everything is fine when there is sunshine down in the bottom right. I wanted at least one other kind of larger ephemera or embellishment cluster, and so that kind of gave a good base down in the bottom right. You can see I am looking through all of the stickers, just trying to figure out what to use. I did find a larger sticker for the left hand side. I'm going to use a cluster in between those two photos. It says, note to self, enjoy the moment, take photos, and pack sunscreen. I thought that was perfect. And then there's just some arrows and some smaller phrase stickers. It says the best and then happy memories. I knew I needed some more layering pieces, so I did end up going to my color study ephemera pack and found some circular pieces. So I added that to the top just to, again, give it something else. I just felt like the title needed kind of a base almost, and so I did add that. I do end up adding the sunglasses in the bottom right. I just thought those were fun and bright and just kind of matched the colors of the layout. And then on the sticker sheet, I believe, I think it actually maybe it might be a chipboard piece. There is this gold circular piece, and I decided to use that as my base for the cluster on the left hand side. Again, I just felt like it needed something else, so I'm going to commit to that. And then to finish off the layout, I am just going to grab the puffy hearts from the collection and kind of scatter those about. A lot of times with enamel dots, at least, I will kind of make the enamel dots in a visual triangle, but with these circles, and I've kind of been getting away from the groups of 3, I've been just kind of scattering the puffy hearts around the layout, kind of not really a rhyme or reason, I don't think, to where I place them, but I have been enjoying that a lot more than like the groups of 3 lately. So I hope you guys enjoy this layout. I will tag or have a link for Sweet Rush down below in the comments if you're interested in purchasing. And I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.